someone who was actually there this evening, so a few hours after I was, who's probably got a bigger idea of how mad it's going to be tomorrow from the crowds, is Phil Dave, my producer. So, Phil, you was down there to do a piece for Australia. Am I right?
I was. Morning, Josh. It's a bit weird to be this inside the studio here. I'm normally looking at you behind glass.
I know, and I always like to.
You actually are a real person.
Yeah, I know. I like to have bulletproof glass between the two of us. I always think it's a handy thing. So you was down there today to do a piece for Australia. I mean, the world has taken to this wedding, haven't they? Everybody in every country in the world that's got a TV network is probably represented there.
It's absolutely nuts. All eyes on Britain for tomorrow. And even actually now, as we speak, people all over the world are watching Britain. They want to see what people are up to. You know, it was 1:30 in the morning when I was by Westminster Abbey, and I can't tell you the thousands of people that were just standing, all in anticipation, all having a whale of a time.
How did you get to Westminster Abbey? Because I imagine that the roads are starting to be closed, and there must have been loads of people there.
Oh, nightmare. I did drive it. I had to because of coming here, but I parked probably about 20 minutes away.
And so there, people are all camped out already. I mean, what preparations could you see being put forward? Were there vans going around putting stuff down? Was anything happening?
Absolutely. There were police cars all over the place. Obviously, security is intense for tomorrow. There's going to be 5,000 officers roaming the streets of London tomorrow. So, and apparently this is costing us £20 million, this security effort. And quite rightly so, you know, because we obviously can't take any chances. But they were putting all of these massive heavy-duty steel gates up all over the place, and the concrete bollards, and they're all going in the roads, blocking everything off, all ready for 5:30 this morning when the roads shut.
Okay, and because what usually happens is that a couple of hours before all of the great and good and the glitterati turn up, it's blokes in high-vis jackets with their builder's cleavage sticking out, putting stuff down to make sure it's all going to run right. So what was the mood of the crowd like?
Well, some of the officers were dressed like that, to be honest, but even so. What was the mood like? Yeah. Well, it was a bit merry, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not going to lie, there were one or two people that had clearly had a bit of a drop, and quite rightly so. It's a party, why not indeed? Please drink sensibly. Yeah. But
and have a hangover while it's all happening.
Yeah, they really will. But at least they got the fresh air around them. And so far, the rain has held off. So
yeah, we're hoping that because we don't want to hair to frizz. I mean,
and my hair doesn't do well in the rain.
No, nor does mine. In fact, my hair doesn't do well at any weather at all. So, I mean, Westminster Abbey, it was a controversial choice for them to get married because, I mean, St Paul's would have been the perceived wisdom because that's where Diana had her funeral at Westminster Abbey. I mean, what do we know about the royal weddings at Westminster Abbey?
Well, royal weddings at Westminster Abbey have only actually taken place there a total of 15 times, I believe. I've got to double check that. Yeah, 15. This is the 15th union, wedding-wise, at Westminster Abbey. So very few and far between. And I reckon that the reason why they chose Westminster Abbey was actually partially tribute to Princess Diana. I reckon that they wanted to have something happy happen there associated with the family because, let's face it, the last major event like this probably pretty much was Princess Diana's funeral. Yeah,
it was, yeah. So, I can't think of one since. Oh, I think, no, there was the slavery reparations, but that wasn't as massive a media event as this one.
Yeah, I'm talking like in terms of coverage and in terms of crowd control and all of that. Certainly not since Diana's funeral. And I just think that they want it to be more of a happy place rather than a sombre place, and it was. But they're doing a very fitting tribute to her. The first hymn that they're going to sing is Guide Me, O My Great Redeemer, I think it is, or Thou Great Redeemer. Anyway, one way or another, yeah, Guide Me, O Thou Great Redeemer. And that was actually the last hymn sung at Princess Diana's funeral. So that's a nice fitting tribute.
Now, the people who plan these kind of things out that will sit with William and Kate and they'll look and smile as William and Kate say, I tell you, we'll start off with the Arctic Monkeys and then we'll have some hardcore rave and there'll be people in suits going, but we think it might be better. We think that you think it might be better if we started with this one.
Although I'd love it if they started with the Arctic Monkeys.
I thought the Arctic Monkeys should be, or whoever they're, or DJ Spoonie or something should be there. Like that. So, do we know what else is planned? Is it going to be a formal wedding? I mean, because she's taken out the word obey, hasn't she?
Have they?
Yeah, she's now going to keep.
Didn't know that.
She's going to keep him. So apparently he's a keeper. But she's not going to obey him. Which, although having said that, I've never understood. So don't honour and obey. Could you? No, you do it yourself. No, but in the So it kicks off. When do they actually get married? What time is it? 11 o'clock?
11 o'clock in the morning it starts. All the fun of the fair will start at 11 a.m.
So she's having her hair done around about now then, I would have thought.
Yeah. I think it was Joe who said, can you imagine if she was listening to BBC London tonight with her hair in rollers, like just in anticipation? That's a great image, isn't it?
But the thing is, she could very well be. I mean, because she might be listening to Radio 1, but then it's like, no, because that is DJ Spoonie. So she might be listening. Kate, if you are listening, give us a call. 020 722 42000.